For the past 20 years, Chapman Partnership has been saving men, women, and children from homelessness by offering a live-in program with a proven model to guide their residents back into a successful, independent life. Chapman Partnership was incorporated in 1993 and opened its doors in 1995 as the Community Partnership for the Homeless. It was the culmination of years of planning, task forces, fundraising, public hearings, and a tremendous amount of work by so many people. It was later renamed Chapman Partnership in honor of Alva Chapman Jr.'s memory.
Alva went about creating this partnership between the public sector, county government, city government, business, and he certainly could get anybody on the phone who was in business, and philanthropy.
Alva Chapman's vision and leadership was a driving force in finding a solution to end homelessness in our community.
Our community has the most successful public-private partnership in the country, and what better place to have a public-private partnership than to take care of, as Mr. Chapman would say, the least, the last, the lost, and the forgotten of our communities. The working relationship that we have is the reason we've been able to reduce homelessness by 90%. We operate just the way Chapman Partnership does. It was to operate in a smart way. It was to have a continuum where the private sector could do it better.
His plan of establishing the food and beverage tax would prove to be the key first step.
Alva's vision was not to warehouse people, it was to rehabilitate and take care and treat people. And I could not imagine, certainly no one else could have put this together other than Alva.
Today, Chapman Partnership operates 2 homeless assistance centers located in Miami and in Homestead.
So you had a life that looked good on the outside, but your husband was violent. And you used to bring things here to donate, and then this place was here for you when you needed it.
Yes, I wanted it out, and the only way out was the shelter. I had a townhome, I had a good paying job.
What would have happened to you if you didn't find Chapman?
Honestly, I'd probably be next to my mom in a tombstone. I really wanted a fighting chance.
I was homeless, I was addicted to drugs and alcohol. And the only thing I owned were the clothes that was on my back. When you're out in the streets, you think no one cares. And it was at Chapman Partnership for the last time that I decided to go to school at Miami-Dade College right down the street. I ended up obtaining a degree, paralegal studies, did real well there, and I continued my education. At that time, I left Chapman. They helped me get a place on my own, and I graduated FIU College of Law with a JD degree.
You know, when we started, we thought these would be services primarily to males, and we certainly do have that, but Alva's mission was to serve the least, the last, the lost, the disenfranchised of our community. As it's evolved through the years, with 44% of those we serve being women and children and families, we've had to adopt to those kind of services that make that better. So Miami-Dade County Public Schools, so it's now probably more like 30 services as opposed to maybe 5 or 6 in the beginning.
With a 64% success rate, Chapman Partnership is nationally regarded as the model program that can change a person or family's unfortunate path into a path towards self-sufficiency.
6 times under Republican and Democratic presidents, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development have named our model as the best practice model for the United States of America. There's a reason people come from all over the country to look at what we do. It works because it's all-encompassing. It works because it's a full continuum. It works because it has outcome and performance measures. It works because we have a group of volunteers and a group of community leaders that want to leave no one left on our streets at the end of the day. That's why it works.
Chapman Partnership provides their residents with a comprehensive support program that includes health and dental care, as well as case managers who help residents find jobs and housing.
We have 250 children who are here every day. We provide them uniforms, underwear, transportation to school. So, we focus a lot on the families and children. We think it's so important to keep that family unit together.
By offering a holistic approach and having all of their partners under one roof, Chapman Partnership can provide their residents with all of the resources they need to empower their lives and end a life on the streets.
I found that there were a lot of people here who had high school degrees, some college degrees, and they had just lost their employment. And when you lose your job, you lose your apartment. There were a lot of women with children who were educated, but they received minimum wage, so they couldn't afford to keep their jobs or their apartments. So I learned that people were here who really had some skills, but just needed some help that were down on their luck.
With more than 100,000 stories, Chapman Partnership is making a difference every day. But there's still more work to do, more lives to save.
You were brought in by Alva more than 10 years ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you are leading toward the future.
Well, and it's an exciting future for Chapman. When you have a foundation like the one we have, when we've been so successful for so many years, you tend to become a little comfortable, and we've never done that. We've always looked to evolve, and this is a time for evolution. Homelessness is changing, and the face of homelessness is changing, and there are bigger challenges. Now we need to focus more on employment and the ability to get people to a living wage. That is one of the greatest components to a homelessness state. And we need to get people elevated to a place in their earnings where they can afford to live in this community.
64% of Chapman residents have been placed into housing. Since 2011, we have placed more than 1,000 residents into employment.
At the end of the day, we all want the same thing: a warm meal, a soft bed, and a place to call home. Sadly, some people don't have any of those things. Instead, they spend days searching for food and sleeping on cold pavement. For them, home is just a word. Please join us on this journey as Chapman Partnership enters its 3rd decade and embarks on its next chapter. With your help, we can continue to make a difference, helping those in need, giving men, women, and children hope for a better tomorrow as we help them step by step to reestablish a life of self-sufficiency today.